Hello everyone, Joseph Todd here, Property Deal Sourcer, Edinburgh. Today I will explain the process of deal sourcing. I will walk you through all the way from the very beginning of having a no deal through the steps until the end where I have a great, fantastic deal ready to be passed on to my investors. So for this specific example, I have chosen to talk about a property deal, which is a buy, refurbish, refinance deal. In other words, a BRRR project. Now, as you know, there are more strategies in the property investment area, and me as a sourcer, I have different criteria, or I look for different things with each strategy. So for this video, it will be a BRRR project. Now, so I have found a property which I have done my due diligence on. There are several ways I can source properties. I can send out leaflets or do some Facebook advertisement. But for this specific property, this one was found on Rightmove. So I just looked on Rightmove and looked for properties which need refurbishment and found several of them. And here is the due diligence, the steps I done with each of them to classify them and close them as a deal. So first of all, as I say, the property needed a refurbishment. There was a criteria when I was searching on Rightmove which the property had to have. Now, I found the property. What do I do next? The next step is that I check similar properties in the area and see for how much they are selling. So I have seen that, and it came up that in the area there are other properties which has been sold for £120,000. Alright, the asking price for this property was I have written it down here. So the asking price was £97,000, right? Nearby sold properties for 120,000. Great. Now the next thing I do is that I check what was the previous sold price of this specific property. Now, not all properties, or you can't see that for all properties, but for this one, it was there on the Rightmove. The property was sold in 2007 for 103,000. So it was sold for 103,000 in 2007. Now they are asking 97,000, and nearby properties are selling for 120,000, which seemed to be a good deal. So I decided to go forward with it. What's the next step I did is that I contacted the estate agent and asked for a home report. In Scotland, every seller, when you are putting your property, if you are a seller and you are putting the property on the market, you have to prepare, or you have to pay for this home report, which is great. In in England, they do it differently. So in England, I think the buyer has to pay for a surveyor report or something like that. Anyway, so I got the home report. What I was looking at is two things. First, if there is any serious repair that the property need, which would put me off from going forward with this deal. And the second, what's the valuation price, what's the value of the property at its current condition, right? So all this looked fine, so I decided to go forward with it. And the next step is that I booked a viewing with the agent. Now, when we came to the viewing, I actually came there with my friend who is a builder. And so what we did, my friend has gone through room by room with his notes, and he was making notes to calculate the refurbishment cost or give me an estimate for the cost. In the meantime, I spoke with the agent. Now, some agents are very knowledgeable, some are mostly when you speak with a viewing agent only. Now, those viewing agents, they don't know really much about the property, but in this case, it was an estate agent who was a lady, and she knew very well her area, and she actually told us some really valuable information. For example, that the owner is living abroad, and he has bought the property in 2007. He had tenants in it. The tenants trashed down the property, and he is now not able to find new tenants. The property is untenantable at its current condition, and he is abroad, and he still has some mortgage to pay off, so he decided to sell it. Which is great to know, because now we know that in 2007 it was bought for 103,000, so we have kind of calculated how much mortgage he could have paid off since then, which helped us to calculate our offer on this property. Yeah, and what else? She actually told us a little bit about the area. It's mostly homeowners, which you know, it might be great when the property is done up to a good standard. It might be great for a family to live in. There is a school nearby, so the area also looked fine. All right, what else? So when I got these details, and I also had the estimate for the refurbishment for my friend, I went home and I have put all these details to a PDF, which is a kind of my due diligence, like a presentation for the investor. So with all the links, with all the pictures, all the information, numbers, so I have made like a presentation PDF about this property. I also have checked, as a next step, I also have checked the rental market in the area and seen how much the property could be rented out for once it's done up. Now, you know, in this case, the investor could buy the property, refurbish and resell, or he could buy it for a profit, or he could buy it and refurbish and keep it for rent. So the rent seemed to be also fine. So as I say, all these details I have put into the PDF. For the investor. And what else? Yes, also the solicitor cost and any tax that is related with the sales process of this property. I also included that in my due diligence, right? Now, I have sent in an offer, and so if that offer is accepted, the property deal is ready to be sold. With all the numbers, all the information is ready to be sold to an investor. Now, if you are an investor and you are buying that deal from me, I want to tell you what you can expect from me. What will happen next? What is the process? So when you pay me my sourcing fee, you will get basically an access to this due diligence PDF like presentation, and so you will have all the access to the numbers and details I have found through this process of sourcing the property deal. Also, you might use your own builder or your own letting agent or your own solicitor, but you will also receive details, contact details to the team who can actually help you with all this. So there will be a contact to the builder company, to the letting agent, and even my solicitor can help you can basically represent you as a buyer in the process. I don't know if you heard of that, but in Scotland, when you are buying the property, the offers, you know, has to be sent in by a solicitor. So how it works is that my solicitor sends in an offer on behalf of my company, stating that there will be a third-party investor involved in case the offer is accepted. And if it is accepted, then I have to introduce the buyer. So if you have your own solicitor, fine. If not, then my solicitor can take you on and help you with the process. So I hope I haven't forgot anything, but the point of this video is that I wanted to show you what I do when I source these deals. There's actually quite lots of work to, first of all, find these deals. Not every property I see it's a good deal, you know. So when I find these properties, I do my due diligence. I meet with the agent or with the vendor, and only when all the numbers stacks up, I, you know, package this deal and make it ready for my investor. So all the details that are needed are provided by me as a sourcer. So hope you liked this video, and if you are looking to invest in a property in Scotland or in Edinburgh, contact me. I will be here to help you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.